Okay, we are live. I'm here with my client, Jackie Johnson, and Jackie is a financial coach and she helps people with variable income streams to manage that and create real wealth. So, welcome, Jackie. Hello.
Hello there, Julie. Hello, everyone.
Good to have you. And so, you've been through Fierce Feminine and Free, the last round, correct?
Yes, that's right.
Good. So, why don't you tell us a little bit about your journey? Let's start with what were things like prior to Fierce Feminine and Free before joining the program? Did you have clients? Did you have a business? Where were you at?
Well, the reason why I wanted to be a financial coach motivated me to start a Facebook page. And I've been talking to audiences wherever I could get a chance on stage for years and literally never signed a client. And I couldn't figure that part out. I had a very bland Facebook page. And again, I never got any clients from that. And so it sort of felt like a bit of a hobby, not really real. I was sort of just dabbling, and yeah. So no business, no coaching business. Just kind of something I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to do it. It was in my heart. I knew this was for me.
So you had this idea, this dream in your heart. You wanted to do coaching. I know that the piece you teach around financial coaching have made such a difference in your own life, and you wanted to bring that to others. And so then you came across my work, and we connected. So speak about that a little bit. How did that occur? What made you decide to jump into the program?
Well, I noticed one of your posts, and I can't remember exactly what it said, but I really, really connected with it. It was about being authentic, and I was just at that time feeling quite bad about myself because I had signed up for a program that was very high tech and very involved, and I just wasn't doing anything with it. And when I saw your post about being authentic and building real relationships with people, I reached out to you. I sent you a DM.
You did, I remember. And then we hopped on a call and you made the brave decision right there on the call, I think, to jump into Fierce Feminine and Free. So tell us a bit about your experience on that call. Were there any fears? Were you nervous? What made you decide to take the leap?
Yes, I was very scared. um, it was a big for me. It was a big financial commitment. So I didn't want, and I just made a big financial commitment and hadn't done it right with the other course. I'd regretted that. But you helped me to unpack it on that call. You talked to me about. I didn't feel like you were pushing me or anything. It was just really nice to talk about. And I think the key thing that I was very nervous, but I think the key thing that made me decide to step forward is, when I connected with you, it was an incredibly busy time in my day job, and I was just wrestling with not having time to work to do what you were going to teach me, and you just said to me, well, when is it going to be the right time? And to be, I was just honest with myself. I couldn't see when anything would change. I had to grab it and make time. And that just made it okay for me. That made it okay for me to step forward.
And so you made the decision, and were you glad that you didn't wait? Are you glad that you didn't wait?
Oh, yes. But it's easy to know that now on the other side of the decision. There's so many things. I mean, would you like to give me to give you an example of the things that I know now made it a good decision?
Yeah, please do, and then we'll talk about some of your results. But yeah, do that. That would be fabulous.
Well, you saved me a few times during the program. Um, I had all these ideas about what I wanted to do with this business that wasn't really a business yet, and I had ideas about making an online course, and I hadn't yet had a paying client, but I was going to make a course, and just little things like you know that Facebook page was so bland. No wonder I was getting no results from it. And just working on who did I want to speak to is obviously key. I mean, I'm in that process at the moment, but other little things, when during the process of working with you, things didn't go the way I thought they were going to go, and it was just actually really important to just be able to talk with you as my coach about the situation and how you showed me to trust the unfolding, and that actually it was really great. It just wasn't the way I had imagined it was going to unfold. Yeah.
Amazing. And we can talk more about that. I'd like to go first to, you were planning to create this course and you'd invested in this program to teach you how to create a course and make all these funnels. So, but you were feeling overwhelmed with it and you weren't getting anywhere, correct? Can you speak to people a bit about that? Because I know a lot of people think, I'll go make a course as their starting point. And I always say, no, start with a one-to-one client. So what's been your experience of that? Why has that way worked for you?
I think one of the most important things is just becoming more confident in what I was offering. And so going to make I realize now how outrageous that is. But going to make a course without actually having worked with some people, taken them through the process and seen the results. I had no Facebook group. I had no following. I don't know who I thought I was going to sell this course to. I didn't know that I didn't know that. I thought I was on the right track. And I think that's why I started to feel overwhelmed, because when I started to go through the modules on the other course, right from the very first lesson it was just way ahead of where I was in my business journey. So definite overwhelm. And then of course I just stopped doing anything. I stopped showing up for the other course. And then it felt like a complete waste of time.
Because I know when we met, you were like, I've wasted this money and I've wasted this time and it hasn't got me anywhere. And one of your big concerns was, if you invested in Fierce, Feminine and Free, was it going to be the same story? Now, it hasn't been the same story. So let's talk about some of your results. So what did you do since you came into Fierce, Feminine and Free? It was getting on for 3 months ago, about 2.5 months ago. What results did you create?
Well, I think the very first thing was to really get very specific about who I wanted to help and who I could talk to, and to get used to that idea that I didn't have to talk to everybody, and that would get me better results. It's just, it's not. It's so weird. In my real estate business, it's the same. And people always think it should be a certain way, but when you're on the inside, it's actually the other way. But, so just figuring that out, it felt so good, because that problem of not knowing who I was trying to speak to was linked to, oh my God, I don't know what to say. What do I put on this and social media posts? And so being very bland and very general and just the faithful few, my best friends liking all the posts, but really like no really, business building at all. So that was the first thing. And then you asked us to do market research calls. And the thing I loved about you help. So when I came into the program, I was thinking one-on-one, like a one-off session. I didn't have this idea of a package. And then when I got that idea, of course, I didn't know what a package would be. And one of the sessions, you just took me through it, and like in a few minutes, there you go. I had a sketch outline of what my package was, and all of those things just built into my confidence. And so then on that first market research call, after using my intuition, by the way, to decide what I was going to charge for the package, which to me at the time was completely outrageous.
So how much did you charge? Because you signed a client, right? So let's get to the really juicy stuff. You went ahead and you signed a client. At what price? What did you charge?
£1,500.
You did. And she paid. So that was your first paying client. Now, to be clear, when you joined Fierce Feminine and Free, that was what you paid, because that was the price at the time, right? £1,500. It has gone up, because it goes up every time that I offer it. And so it has gone up since then. But you paid £1,500 and you promptly got your return on investment. You made the money right back.
Yay. Woo-hoo!
Yeah, you. But also it boosted your confidence. And I know that then you re-signed another client, right? That you had been bartering with them or something, and she wanted to continue with you.
Yeah. So it's just a confidence building. So and after the client that paid the 1,500, after our first session, she sent me a voice note. Like, I didn't ask her to, and she was just expressing how excited she was about the things we had done in the first session, and just like she never thought it was going to be like what we did, but she was so excited and she couldn't wait to get into it more. And I mean, obviously, I don't know what you call that, but it's kind of like getting that feedback made me go, oh yeah, okay, this is work. It's about the confidence. I felt it was so important in my life, but hearing somebody else feel that way, I was like, that imposter syndrome starts to go away, because, the voice in my head that was going, well, who do you think you are? And, yeah, it's quietening down, because actually, yes, I can do this. And yes, somebody else is finding this valuable. So
yeah,
it's been incredible.
Amazing. And what else have you done in the time? I know you created a Facebook group. I know you've been doing Facebook Lives, which were a challenge at first. There was some resistance there. And you've also done some stuff. I think you've been invited to speak and you've been invited to give some training. So fill us in about, what else has happened?
Well, I have... yes, I've started the Facebook group, and it's always like, I don't know, I've just been like out of my comfort zone over and over, and which is great. I mean, that's what a coach is supposed to do. So yes, I sent out those first invites for the group, and they accepted them. So that's good. And actually jumping on and doing a live, and I'm still alive. I did a live. I'm still alive. I didn't die.
You survived it.
Yeah. So a huge part of walking these last 3 months with you is also that accountability. I mean, I just know. I know for sure, if I was trying to do this on my own, I would have let myself off the hook. I wouldn't have actioned, and that's where the magic is.
Absolutely. And so where from here? Because I know you are working as well with estate agents, because that's what you do in real estate, and you've been invited to deliver some training in your company, correct?
Yes, I have. So I met with the CEO for my company for South Africa, and told him about this passion I have, and why estate agents need to learn how to manage this variable income. And I asked him if he could endorse me as the money coach to all of our agents in South Africa. And then of course I'm dreaming of the international, but we start somewhere. And
he's South Africa first, right? And then
yeah. So he said yes, he would endorse me. And so that's it. Now I have some master classes booked, and the next thing I'm going to learn from you, Julie, is just how to do that properly, and how to sell without it being salesy. With
Yeah.
it being amazing and supportive, and serving people and helping them to make a decision that's going to be so good for them. And I mean, that's why I think that's what I connected with in that first post, was just it's not about content that's generic. It's real, it's authentic, and it's about building relationships. And I mean, that just means a lot to me. That's what I connect.
Yeah, totally. And you really are a people person, and you're a connector. So I saw that about you. And so I knew that the strategy for you needed to include connecting with people and talking with people. And yes, absolutely, you're going to learn how to sell from stage, and you're going to learn how to sell from webinars. So really, really exciting. So where are you going to go from here, Jackie? More clients in the pipeline?
Yes. The Instagram strategy you showed us, when I first looked at the person that my clients would be following, I felt like, whoa, I hit the mother lode. I mean, there's so many opportunities just in that one following. So my plan is to continue to implement what you showed me, to continue to reach out to people and build relationships, and to look for people who look specifically for people who can benefit from what I have to offer, rather than just trying to sort of blanket, just out there, everybody. And because it's going to be specific, and because I can schedule it, and how you showed us to just focus on these 4 things every day, I think it doesn't feel overwhelming. I feel like, well, it's so amazing. I know what I got to do. It's just awesome. And the high paying client strategy means that I don't have to be busy. I can be successful, and I can do this at my pace, the number of hours I want to work, and that just feels so awesome, like so awesome. The
Yeah.
opposite of overwhelm.
Amazing. You deserve it. And I'm so, so excited for you. And even doing these workshops for, in your company, I mean, that is going to bring you so many leads as well. So it really is an exciting time for you. What would you say to anyone that is considering joining Fierce Feminine and Free, and maybe they've got some doubts, they think it's a lot of money, they're not sure, they have some fears, and they're kind of sitting on the fence? What would you say to them?
For me, it was about trusting to back me, So I would say to you, if you're thinking about doing this and you're on the fence, sure. I mean, I knew nothing. I didn't. I hadn't even started on this journey, but I backed me, and Julie told me what to do, and I just did it. I was afraid. A lot of the time I was a little bit scared and nervous, but look, I did it, and it wasn't even perfect. And I had to actually hold my knees under the table when I said the price to the first client. But I said it, and I did it exactly the way Julie taught me to, and it worked. So I don't know where you are in your business, but I think you should take a chance on you.
Oh, amazing. Thank you, Jackie. I know so many people are going to be inspired to hear your story, and, particularly the newer coaches who are considering this, because it can be such a big stretch. And, hearing that you almost went and created a course, and then how we did start that process, and how difficult that was, and how overwhelming. And then you came and did Fierce Feminine and Free with us, and the results you got. So really excited for you. Thank you for sharing your story. We're going to put a link to your Facebook group underneath this video. But do you just want to tell people where they can find you if they want to come and learn a little bit more?
I'd love to do that. Thank you, Julie. So if you are a business owner and your income is variable, I could speak into that space for you, and you could find me at Jackie Johnson Coaching, because that was set up before I met Julie. We're changing that, but for right now, Jackie Johnson Coaching. I'd love to get to know you. Thank you so much.
Amazing. Thank you. And thank you for your work in the world. Really excited to see what you create next. Big things are coming. So thank you for being here, Jackie.
Pleasure. Thank you. Bye-bye.